So we will be scraping the existing store and the fuel island canopy and basically kind of rebuilding the site, but within the existing parameters of the site that's out there now. So kind of what you're looking at here is an existing aerial of what's out there today with the store location, fuel island canopy. And this is just sort of a colored up version of the proposed site plan. So you can kind of see in general the store is in approximately the same location. Fuel island is also kind of in the same location. Exterior curb lines are all similar. We've actually increased the green space a little bit on this back component. So I just wanted to show you some renderings quickly of the new store. So this is the facade of the building that would be facing, that's East Aurora Road right here. So this new store does have brick and stone features that wrap all four sides of the building. Metal red maple canopies over the doorways, red metal awnings over all the windows. We do have a set of, two sets of doors for customer entrance at this corner, sheet signs over the door to indicate, that it's a customer entrance. And then we also have a made to order sign facing that road as well. This is the back corner of the site with the new driveway location. So, we're looking kind of in this corner of the site back here, at kind of looking at this angle. So again, you can see that the brick and the stone does even wrap around, that back side. Again, red metal canopies over the pay window and the pickup window for the drive-through. This is the other customer entrance. So if you're looking at the site plan, this would be kind of if you were standing at the fuel island canopies. So this is probably how you would, most of those customers would get into the store after they were done filling up. Another sheet sign over that doorway entrance. We will have the propane and the ice offerings that we have at the site today. And then these are just kind of the 2D elevations that we submitted that shows all the material, all the signage that we were proposing on the site. So I believe you've all had an opportunity to review that. I'm happy to answer any questions relating to that. The drive-through equipment will just consist of a cantilever clearance bar and a touchscreen order point, which it's all very similar equipment to what's existing there today. So this will be, clearance bar will be at this in this island, and then the order point will be behind the window. Then they'll be able to pull up, pay, and then pick up their food. And then the fuel island canopy is very similar to what's out there today. It'll have the red canopy, the sheet signs on the canopy. I'd say the only difference is, we've updated the column wrappings. It's this bronze metal cladding. This stone matches the stone on the building. So there's that, continuity of materials, between the store and the canopy as well. And then we do have auto diesel LEDs just to signify that, the end pumps are LED or our auto diesel offerings. And then we've got the auto diesel ethanol free flags on the other columns as well. And then we also submitted a monument sign. There's 2 monument signs out there that exist today. This is a mock-up of what's out there today. and this is the proposed one. So, I mean, it's very similar. It's just, again, it's just the updated stone, the bronze cladding, and then updated pricer signs. And there will be 2 of those in the exact same locations as what's existing today. And then we also submitted a rendering of our trash enclosure. So I just wanted to point out the same brick that's on the building, and bronze metal doors. And you can see it's approximately in the same location. We just kind of tucked it a little further in the back corner. And then we also submitted, just for some, comparison, we submitted some old photos of the store, all the drive-through equipment. So you can kind of see we've tailored down the order point a little bit. It's not as robust. It still has the 2 selections, the lower ones for cars, the higher ones for SUVs. Still has the overhang. And then, these were just some photos of the existing site, the existing store. So this, did have the brick all the way around, but we are adding the stone at the bottom. Just some images of the old monument signs. So again, the monument signs will go in the exact same location that's existing today. And then just a couple photos of the fuel island canopy. And then one other feature that we are adding as part of this overall design is back in some of these parking spaces. Tesla is one of our partners that we offer EV charging at some of our locations. So we are moving forward with some spaces at this site. And these photos were just kind of a opportunity to show you guys what those will look like once they're installed. And there's actually a couple that are actually installed at sheet sites. So this is kind of what those will look like. So that's all. I just wanted to just go through that. Happy to answer any questions.
Right. So when do you plan on starting this?
The schedule right now is that mid-July we would shut down the store and start demo, and it's about a 5-month construction project. So right. Opening mid.
So you have a total shutdown for 5 months at least, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And how did you do on planning? Did they approve it?
Yeah, they approved it.
Are you demolishing the entire building or just partial? The entire building would be removed. And the pickup windows for the drive-through, will they face the freeway? I'm trying to look here.
Yeah, they'll face the parking lot. I believe it's a motel that's adjacent to us.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are y'all getting rid of the outside seating area, or is that a little bit of it in the back that I see?
Yeah. So we'll have 3 tables for 4 seats, and then 2 additional tables up against the building. So there will be about 20 spaces outside, 16, 20 spaces.
Okay.
That side of the building is really a customer entrance at this point. They kind of flip-flopped.
Right.
Yeah.
Of how the customers come in today versus how they will when the new building's constructed.
Yeah, and that was actually one of the things that one of the planning commission members pointed out was that they felt like, it was a little congested with all the customers coming here. So the people that are coming to the store, they're more likely now going to pull in and just come to this entrance over here. So it'll split up some of the traffic congestion at the site as well.
Did we see an elevation that faces Twin Hills Parkway?
Yeah, that was this one. So this facade of the building would be facing Twin Hills.
Okay.
And that's where you'll enter to pay for gas.
Correct. Yeah. So if you're somebody that pulls in and leaves their car like at the pump and walks in, this is the door that you would be walking through.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think everything looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good presentation.
But you know that
Presume.
all the signage has to come in under a separate, unless I'm wrong, Jen, doesn't signage has to come in under a separate plan, a separate case?
As long as, it depends if they gave us dimensions of the signage.
Yeah, it was all, I mean, it's all on the,
I think everything was there from what I could see.
all the elevations had the square footage and
Right,
dimensions.
they have the signs on here, Marge, with the dimensions with them.
Yeah, I'd like to pass it all
But
at
we've
one time.
never
though.
done that before. I was questioning because we've never done that before.
Well, we could do the building and then we could do the signage as two different votes if you'd like.
Well, it doesn't make any difference to me. I was just wondering.
Just trying to make some noise on your way out, huh?
Marge.
No.
I'm fine with one or two motions. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
And I'd like to get the
go either
signage
way.
done if we could. This way we don't have to, you don't have to come back.
Mm-hmm. The thing that I really like this elevation that you have up on the screen right now. The thing that I'm disappointed about is that the side that faces toward the community and the downtown is kind of is the very plain side. And I know that faces towards your gas pumps, but when you're coming from town, you won't be seeing this elevation. You'll only see this elevation if you're getting on the freeway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's, I mean, to be honest, the reason behind that is because we can't flip-flop this building because of the orientation of the drive-through on the back side. If we mirrored it, people would be they'd have to like reach over their passenger seat, to get to the drive-through windows.
Could you show that elevation again that faces Twin Hills, please?
Yep.
Yeah, it definitely, it may not feel like the worst rear of a building because it has the stone that comes up and it has the canopy over the entrance, but it definitely feels like the secondary or side entrance.
Yeah, especially with the roof ladder there.
Right. My eye went right to that roof ladder and then the blue rhinos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It has that kind of side of the gas station feel. Where on the existing, that's where the canopy, that's where the outdoor space is on the existing building, is facing that corner.
Yeah.
And it is a populated area with the McDonald's and the hospital across the street, UH.
The hotel, motel.
Yeah, the hotel, the daycare. There's a lot of people on this side.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts is over there.
So from that perspective, it's a bit of a downgrade in the building massing.
Yeah. I think again, we do get a lot of people that come to the store that it's not necessarily just to fill up with gas. So I think that the opportunity to still have a solid customer entrance for people that are just visiting the store. And again, we can't rotate this because of the orientation of the drive-through. So that's,
as a customer, if I was coming from the library or somewhere, I'd be coming in. I don't think you can see my mouse. I'm seeing, okay. I would be coming in off of Twin Hills Parkway, and then I would feel like I need to go around to the back of the building to go to the entrance. Mm-hmm. If you were coming from if you were coming from Macedonia, you would come in the other entrance. But people who are coming from Twinsburg.
Except you can't turn left there, can you?
Can you turn left in? No, you can't turn left into it. So people coming from Macedonia,
Twin Oaks or Twin
have to go down that. So now your entrance it's going to make everyone feel like they're coming from the back of the building. To me, that it feels wrong. I mean, I can say that your prototype building looks nicely designed, but I'd say for the way this is going to be approached by the community, it feels like you go around to the back of the building where there is seating and another entrance.
Right.
Y'all have any kind of numbers on how many customers come in from the gas pumps as opposed to how many would just come in not filling up with gas to do stuff?
Yeah, I don't know that we've ever done an exercise where, you know, they've counted people at the store doing that.
Yeah.
Does that rear entrance, when you go to pay gas, does that connect to the store so they can also go into the store from there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Is there a way the roof ladder could be moved to the backside that faces, like in that, I don't know if it could go in that little green area there or somewhere, just so it doesn't stick out so much on that elevation?
Right. You know, I don't want to say that it absolutely can, you know, without talking to one of our architects, but
Yeah.
it's something, you know, that we could definitely look at.
I mean, I really feel if everybody coming from Macedonia or from the freeway entrances cannot enter your property from that road, and they all turn down Twin Hills Parkway and then turn into the site, they're really approaching the back of the building, the back corner, the opposite end from where you have your main entrance elements.
Yeah.
And everybody coming from Twinsburg, if the light is red, they're going to turn right and then go into Twin Hills Parkway, or they're coming down Twin Hills Parkway and turning in there. The only people that will be coming in the main entrance are people who come from Twinsburg and the light is green. They may go in the main entrance. Otherwise, everybody's coming in your back entrance and the building feels backwards to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that it's not the most ideal situation, but because of the orientation of, you know, the gas pumps being out near the corner and how we have to orientate this building, this is our option, you know, for the orientation. And I think, you know, people that visit the site once, you know, once this is built, you know, they'll know kind of the flow of where they need to, you know, to get to.
But everybody driving from our downtown is going to see the side back of it. The only people that are seeing the nice face are the people who are on the freeway, if they could even see the building from the freeway.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can.
I'm wondering if the plan could almost be mirrored over. I don't know what the interior, I'd have to look at interior, but
yeah. So
mirrored where that main entrance is actually on the corner, you know. Well,
that's what I was trying to explain before is you can't, you know, you have to go through a drive-through in a counterclockwise direction. So you couldn't, you know, we couldn't have people going.
Yeah, but you couldn't rework that backside of the interior. I mean, I'd have to really study the plan to see how it's laid out on the interior, but
right. My instinct would be to take the building almost and rotate it like 90 degrees counterclockwise, but then the entrance from the pumps would move to the other wall. That wouldn't, I mean, it would be a different building design.
Yeah. I mean, what I was talking about is like go straight down the middle of it, like up and down how it's oriented, which way is north. Well, anyway, if you just mirrored it, you know, just did like a flip of the building left to right, and you had your entrance, instead of being in the lower left corner, is now in the lower right corner. And you could still have your drive coming through the same direction. You just have to rework the back to set it up, you know, to keep the interior part set up just like it is right now.
Right.
You may have to redo some of the display areas in the store, flip all that. But
yeah,
that's all kind of back of house area, I would think, that customers don't go into anyway.
right.
Where you're doing food prep.
Is there something we can add to that elevation to dress it up different?
Well, one thing I was thinking is if you broaden the canopy, instead of having it just the width of the door, take it out the width of the stone or a little bit more or something. I mean, if you made that a little bit bigger, a little bit more prominent. The other thing I could think of is if you had some glass on the sides of the door so that it looks more like more like an entrance type area too.
Right.
It's the two doors, but again, that may depend on interior layout, might restrict some of that too.
Yeah. Maybe you could relocate the propane tanks and then do something in there.
Yeah.
Ice machines.
So where should we go right now? Trying to think through.
I'm pulling up Google. I'm putting myself on the street here.
Yeah, you can. Surprisingly, you can actually drive through the store. So I mean, you got the ice and propane out front now.
Do the gas tankers, they come into the back part to unload?
The fuel truck.
Yeah, the transport.
No, they're in the front.
Yeah, they'll come through here and unload. These are in the exact same location as the existing ones.
Yeah, I don't see you moving those, huh?
Not the easy things to move.
Yeah, so they're in the same location.
Well, you're making the front of the building, which faces Aurora Road, very attractive. So I would not want to see those rhino things put in that front of the building. You could always put a planter box matching your brick on that side, a thin planter box, and put some foliage in there.
Mm-hmm.
See, that corner is going to get
to the left of the door.
Yeah. So I mean, So I mean, if you're like as Jennifer mentioned, if you're coming down the street, you'll definitely see that nice corner.
Right.
Is the masonry wall between this property and the hotel next door, is that remaining?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Is the brick color the same as the existing approximately?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say approximately. It's definitely, it's different, but it's
right.
I mean, it's fairly similar.
Do we have the which direction am I facing here? The north elevation that has the drive-throughs?
Yeah.
Let me pull my Zoom window back up. There we are. Okay. So we have this corner perspective, we have the main entry perspective, we have the perspective that looks from the intersection of, well, yeah, I'm just looking at how, most people drive in. I'm just thinking if there's something we can do to that. The corner near where that ladder is, and there's a door there. It feels like it's missing something, like up in the roof area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
You can make the windows a little bit bigger maybe, and then put some type of trim on the top part.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely ask about even these, these red awnings, putting some over the windows.
Yeah, one awning could cover all three of them maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd keep them higher, so you can still see the windows, but just for the feature.
May help hide the ladder too. Some red awnings or canopy out there or something.
Yeah, there's not another spot to put that ladder. You couldn't put it around the back.
Yeah,
you're going to see it if it's on that other side too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When you come in, you're in perspective, you're going to see it either on your left or on your right.
We got 4 sides, so you have to pick your poison on it.
That area where the green is, we add planting and I don't know what.
Yeah.
I mean, there will be landscaping, in this green space here that'll kind of spruce this all up a little bit. And I think, the more I look at this, this is our mechanical room in this corner, which is what this door goes to.
Mm-hmm.
And, with CT cabinets, there's going to be a gas meter over, on this side of the wall as well. And so I don't know that moving the ladder over there is going to be as easy as.
No, and then it puts the ladder into landscape rather onto hardscape.
That landscaping where the clearance bar is located out there is on our landscape plan that we submitted. There's a tree planted in that island, so that would help screen and buffer that ladder as well.
Yeah, landscaping always helps.
I think where the on the left side where you see that first canopy and the roof pops up, the parapet raises for yes, that area. I think that really helps this not feel like an entire box. And and I think that's what and I know we've got that little bit of pop up here with the stone.
Yeah.
Right there. Just so, when you enter in, it doesn't look like the back side of a box.
And that carries around the whole building, it looks like, right?
Right. When I zoomed around on the ground here in my car driving through the gas station, it does actually help how it looks from the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
Get off the freeway. If you were coming from the east, when you get off the freeway, you actually do get a much nicer view. You'll get the new entrance, you'll get the seating. Right now, you kind of have that back corner view. So it does help it from that angle.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody's approaching our community from the east. So.
Any thoughts on that canopy for anyone else? I think it's a nice idea to add to the windows, above the windows on that elevation.
Yeah, so I
agree with that.
Okay.
And then maybe with the landscaping, it won't look that bad.
Yeah, and we're also used to seeing a chamfered corner there. It's an angled wall.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, we're used to seeing a lot of glass and an angled wall when we come in that way. And switching to it being a hard corner.
Yeah.
Feels hard now.
Yeah. And here's the landscape plans that we submitted. So, there will be a tree in that island and a lot of ground cover. So it'll buffer that corner as much as, as a tree
right now,
will.
there is no landscape on that corner. It's all hardscape. So that's an improvement. In my mind. Are you doing the zoom through now?
Yeah. So this is kind of what you're pulling into right now.
Right. So although this used to be the glassy side. I think it's improved to have the seating near the entrance, the way you have it on the new building. And I think adding the greenery over here will help soften that.
Yeah.
The hardscape
corner. Yeah, it will.
Okay.
So are we looking to approve this as noted with the canopy and some landscaping that's some of the notes we'll need?
Well, the landscaping was listed in the plans. It's submitted to us, so we don't have to make that a note.
Yeah, and maybe the windows could be a little bit larger, but that's getting nitpicky for me.
Because then you can't make them if they're staying squares. Otherwise, you won't have enough in between them.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like on the inside, but the canopy then would go over those. Is that your thought?
Yeah.
And that's what everyone wants to see there? Extend the canopy or just have another separate canopy?
It could be the awnings. I mean, I'm looking at it. It might look better with the awnings like is on the other side there. If you can,
like you're thinking like separate awnings for each window or one big awning? Either.
It could be separate or one big one. There's one big one kind of right there on the main elevation.
I would, my suggestion is to go with one big one. Otherwise, you're going to have three very small canopies.
I agree with Marge. If a canopy is added, it should be one.
Okay, so that'll be one of our notes then, right?
And what about extending the canopy over the door to the edge of the brick? Did we discuss that?
I don't think it needs to do that.
Okay.
I think it would look a little odd.
Yeah.
Okay.
As it is now, I think looks.
Right. All right. Did somebody move prior to this?
No.
Okay.
So you did.
I thought you started to, so I'll make a motion to approve it as noted.
The only note being the addition of an awning to cover the three windows.
Right.
Okay.
Now, is this for the building and the signage? Are we doing those all in one group?
I think the signage all looks appropriate. And
I do too.
They did all their dimensions and colors. So
I'm
okay with making this one motion.
Yeah, if it's all to scale, I think it looks perfect, really. They did a good job on that. So that's the other note then, I guess. That the signage is included in the motion.
One other thing I'm wondering is to the left of the doors on this side, do you know what function is in that corner?
It is a walk-in cooler, I believe. If you give me 1 second, I could probably pull up.
I'm trying to remember if there was a plan in it.
Yes, floor plan.
Yeah, I thought we might have had one in there, but
yeah, I think there was one submitted.
I'm kind of limited since I'm not at home. I can't see everything I usually can look at. I only have one little monitor to look at instead of three big ones.
Where?
I know, it's terrible.
Here, I've got one right here that I can pull up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a walk-in takeout cooler.
Okay.
That'll be your biggest sales right there, that cooler.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thought, I was questioning if it was into store space, if it's a cooler. I know that you can always put like a spandrel glass in the windows if you put in fake ones, but I don't know if it needs it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a busy property no matter what. You're going to see mostly people moving in and out. They won't be looking at the building as much. I think it's a good project all the way around. I know we had to settle on some things, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's real good.
You did a good job presenting it too.
Yeah, thank you.
Considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
So we need a second, I think.
I'll second. Go ahead, David.
Well, you can have it.
Nope.
All right, I'll roll call. John.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Did Don never came in?
Not yet.
All right. Well, thank you all for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for
good work.
The new store.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Take care.
Okay, next we have a sunroom on Dayflower, Jim Henderson. Let's see what we got.
It's interesting, the sunroom's off the bedroom. It's like a fitness room.
Ryan, can you go to the rear elevation?
Yeah.
Whoa, one big solid wall.
I don't think they included their existing windows. I thought the same thing. I went, that's not passing. But I don't think that they put all of their windows on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have any photos? I didn't see any in the Dropbox.
Yeah, I was looking. I don't think I see any there.
Because I'm looking at the front of the house and it shows the windows.
Right. I'm thinking whoever was modeling this stopped on the rear.
Yeah.
Looks that way.
But it shows us the intent of the roof lines.
Yeah, it looks like the roof line too. When you look at the back, that rear rendering, you know, there's no overhang on that side. It's kind of odd, but
yeah,
I'm not sure what's really going on. But that's all part of the existing house anyway. So,
right.
I think Jim is in here. If you guys have any questions,
do we have our Jim? Are you here? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. This is my first Zoom, but this isn't my plans.
This is not your project?
No, my project's the one down on Chamberlain Road.
Okay.
Okay, wrong.
Jim. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this stuff, so I'm just kind of playing by ear right now.
All right, we'll move you back to an attendee, Jim. Look for.
We'll get the right applicant.
I don't see another Jim.
yeah.
If there's an applicant for this, can they hear me? Can attendees hear me?
Yeah, attendees can hear you.
if they could raise their hand. It should be at the bottom of your Zoom screen, centered slightly to the right.
Yeah, on the application, there's Lee Lindstrom.
Yeah, Lee raised his hand. He's in here.
Okay.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you now. Okay.
I guess I was muted and you couldn't hear. Yes, I drew up this plan. Some of the renderings aren't complete, as you can see. The rear of the house has double high windows that attach to an existing deck. The intent was that rear door at the rear elevation view would eventually tie into the deck that goes all the way back there. But the rear of the house, that wasn't the focus of the drawing, I guess. I was more focusing on the addition portion of it, where all the materials and stonework at the bottom will match. And I'm working with Jim from CFS Builders to complete this project.
All right. Do we have any photos of the existing house?
I do have a photo. Let me see if I can share.
I think I have to stop my screen share if you're going to share there. Go ahead.
Screen share. All right. Are you able to see the share?
Yes. Yes.
So that's the existing house. So the colors and stonework will match, shutters as well around the windows in the front elevation. The double side door will be like a double glass door going into the area, and the whole back wall will be all windows on the addition for moving the existing hot tub that I have on the back deck into that area.
Okay.
So the goal was to have that hot tub be usable all year round rather than seasonal, what it is now.
And when you build, you'll protect from moisture? From
yes. Yes. I don't think I have any other. You know, I was very careful looking at the property lines of the current setback and amount of space between the line and the existing. So this picture doesn't show the shutters. There will be matching shutters going across, which I have on the front of the house already. And then just a single double door on the side, and then the existing back half, or the back half of that addition, will be all windows.
Is that a skylight on the addition?
What's that? The skylight is going to be removed based on costs. I went back and forth with the builder on the cost, and it was just too much to put the skylight into the roof. Yeah. So that's going to be removed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have enough room on your side setback
yes.
to build this addition. You're not encroaching on that, are you?
No, there's quite a bit of room on that side of the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, another thing I noticed when you looked at the back side of the addition, the sliding glass doors coming out, are they above grade that much? Because you'll need, steps.
Yeah, there will be steps there. The deck is about that high going all the way back across. So eventually a deck will be built to that elevation. But for now, there will be steps put in temporarily until funding can, until I can expand that deck.
Yeah.
The future will hold that.
Your windows across the back, are those at floor level?
No, they're about knee high.
Okay. There should be some sort of corner turning and the windows can't really go all the way, corner to corner on the back?
Correct. They won't. That's just, I'm very basic at sketching this stuff up. The builder has already expressed that the windows will be scaled differently, but the windows will cover the back, maybe a 6-inch space in between each window.
Okay. Do we have any elevations drawn of this or just the renderings?
Just the renderings.
How big is that whole project there that you're adding on to?
It will be 16 by 26. You find
that's good size. And then inside's probably going to be finished with what, wood or drywall or?
Mostly wood in the hot tub area, and then the front half will be drywall.
Okay.
The dormer that you have on the front face of this?
Yes.
It looks larger than the one next to it in some elevations, and in some renderings, and it looks the same in others. And I don't know if that's just perspective or if they're renderings that were done at different times.
I think it's just the perspective. They are to match with the existing.
So it is the intent is for that to match the existing.
Correct. To be the same size. Yes. My screen's locked up, so I cannot change pages here. I don't know what's going on. Stop share for a second. See. Yeah, so it's 16 by 26 will be, and there's existing utilities entering the house right there.
Yeah, that's a good size addition for a sunroom. It looks good to me. Looks nice. It adds to the front too, even the extension of it. If you really want a skylight, you should put it in now.
Yeah,
harder to do later.
I'm debating on it.
They're not that much if you get a Volex. You can get them anywhere for a few $100s.
Okay.
And there's really not that much more work on them. It's a little flashing for the roofer, but that's it.
Okay.
It's not hard for a carpenter to pop one in.
Okay.
Would that be on the rear or on the front?
Both.
It was on front and back.
Yeah.
There was a couple of the renderings showed it on
mid roof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just make sure you get the flashing kit with it. That's the big thing.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll move to approve it.
Okay, well, do we have, I guess one would be stairs.
Go on.
Okay, thoughts on this one? I understand that you're you're a homeowner and you've done a really good job with opening up, working within the software that you have here. I'm a little concerned about making approvals on undimensioned plans and drawings.
Mm-hmm. Understand.
Just for, for continuity and for precedence for other projects, we don't typically approve without dimensioned elevations and dimension plans.
Yeah, there should be a list of items. I agree.
And so that's my concern about approving it right now. And I don't like to send people away to bring it back again, but
yeah. Well, he knows it can get approved. I don't know if it's going to hold him up. Do you want to do it on condition that he brings it, the materials in?
No, because then he can't. I think I'd want to see it before we approve it. And so I think that the massing of this is decent. I question a little bit about the fact that this is wider than the one next to it. And I don't know what the dormers will look like. You have the same size window, it looks like.
Yes,
possibly.
It would be the same size window, yes.
The same size window and the same size dormer, just the room is bigger.
Yeah, I get it.
So the wall would be wider.
Yeah, I'm fine if you want to hold off on it until he gets more details.
Right, but I mean, the idea of putting a sunroom on this side of this size doesn't bother me. That's fine. It would be approved. But as far as really knowing what it looks like, I don't know. This is a good study model for massing. That's very good that was done, especially with seeing how those roof lines come together. You can see that, how this kind of slides backward from the other roof line. But I don't feel that it's appropriate for us to approve it without elevations.
Okay. So I'll move to table it. Is that what you want?
Can be, move to table it. They can be hand drawn. They don't have to be computer drawn, but they do need to show your window sizes and locations and the wall heights.
Okay.
Your overhangs. I don't know, when you're modeling, you probably don't have, the right overhangs. They look like, they taper down to nothing. That's fine in the model, but we'd need to know if you have 1 foot overhangs on your house, and if you're going to also do those on the rake side as well. If it's
the overall goal is to match everything that the existing house has. As close as possible.
Put that in your notes then.
Yeah, and if you could take a few photographs of the back of the house and the side, back on that end where it's going, just so we can see existing conditions there too.
Yeah, so a photograph from the left and the right on the rear and the front, so that we see those sides. And obviously, you didn't model them into the model, but when you do the photographs, we'll be able to see. And really, if you're doing it right, you'd have them on the elevations too. It would be the whole back of the house, but we don't always get that from people. So that's okay.
Okay.
So you just kind of want more dimensions and a couple pictures of the back and side of the house.
Right.
A little bit more info.
An elevation is a flat-on drawing of each wall. Okay.
Yeah, and if you could correct what those windows are doing on the back of the sunroom, just to get the spacing right and the layout right.
No problem.
Yeah, and here it looks like the floor level is up higher where you have your sliding glass door. And then when you go around to the other side, you have your sliding glass door like down low on the ground.
Yeah, there'll be a step up on the back door.
Okay, and on the one that faces the side elevation of the house?
That will be ground level.
That will be ground level.
Yep. But the intention of the backside door was to go onto a deck eventually.
I see.
So that's why that's elevated.
You step up to the deck.
Yes.
From the room. Okay. And the other side does go out at grade.
At grade, yes.
Okay, so that was correct. I like that. Okay. That's good. Yeah, and then you'll have probably brick to grade underneath your siding.
Yes, the same that we have on the house now.
Okay. And if your property slopes, the siding would probably stay at the same height and the brick would get higher on the elevation?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions on it?
No, I think you're good.
Okay. All right, I'll second John's motion to table it and to put it back on the agenda in 2 weeks, provided that the applicant provides his drawings. Usually you provide them in a week and then you end up on the agenda in 2 weeks.
Okay. Great.
From today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll call. John.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That adds a lot to that house when you look at
it does.
how wide it goes. I'm surprised he has that much room. That's a good sized sunroom. 26 feet long. That's pretty big.
We have two signs in a row with Becker signs.
Hello, this is Brian Becker.
Hello.
Hey.
I was looking through the Dropbox files on this. Is a variance required for this sign? Yes. Is it being requested, or does it need to move because of a variance?
The sign is not drawn in this picture where it would need to go even with the variance. The existing sign is in the right-of-way. The right-of-way on East Aurora Road has changed when the road was widened. So many of the signs that are in this area are actually in the right-of-way.
Okay.
And I talked, mental blank. I talked to Ryan and that earlier, and what we decided to request was that as traffic is coming east on East Aurora Road, you're actually driving kind of away from the signs. And because of the landscaping on the Burger King property and on the and again against the swale, drainage swale there, the visibility of the sign is not real good. If we put it back where it would have to be according to the regulation, it is quite far back. And we're asking to be able to set it at a 3-foot setback from the right-of-way. And as you can see on the drawing, the right-of-way fades away from the road as you move west, from the adjacent intersection. So, the signs get further and further and further away from the road just by the way the right-of-way is. If there's any landscaping at all, it blocks adjacent signs. So that's what we're requesting, is to be able to move that sign forward toward the right-of-way to set it 3 feet back. I definitely understand you don't want the sign in the right-of-way because, that leaves the city liable if they have to do any work there.
So the existing sign crosses within the right-of-way.
The existing sign is in the right-of-way, yes.
I see. Yeah, it looks like about a third of it is into the right-of-way.
Yep. And I just happened to notice on this drawing, can you scroll down a little bit on the drawing? Okay, when I dragged the photo over, it moved the signs to the left of where the existing sign is. And what we're proposing is to put it basically where that existing sign is, but it's going to go back about 2/3 of the distance of that sign.
Okay, and it looks like the right-of-way angles. So next door to you is, what is this, Napa or something?
Yeah, they're not as far into the right-of-way as we are, even though the sign's much closer to the road.
Right. That's interesting that the right-of-way actually, I think maybe they're looking at another lane up that way, and that would be the taper to no lane.
Possibility.
Okay. Based on, I'm zooming around on Google again to see what's here. All right. I think in this circumstance, being that the people next to them are able to have their sign up much closer because of the way the right-of-way tapers, and if we are staying out of the right-of-way, we are not within it, then I would be okay with approving that variance. The sign front face is moving back from where it currently is. It'll be further back than the Twinsburg Self-Storage and Napa Auto Parts sign, which is right next door. So.
Is that a motion?
And then we need to look at, make sure we're okay with the sign itself, which I don't think I saw any issues with it, but I wanted to look at it again.
Yeah. So we need two motions, all right? One for the variance.
Right. Hang on here. I'm going back through. Although if the sign moved further to the right, it could be the 10 feet to the right, meaning north, south, west, east. If the sign moved further to the east, it could be 10 feet back from the right of way.
No, well, it would be, the front end of the sign would be about 1.5 to 2 feet from the right end of the existing sign. Maybe more. What we're asking is for the front end of the sign to be about where the queue is on quarters on the existing sign.
Well, I mean, your study here, looking for the variance, you located your sign on the far west side of your drive. You don't have it near your driveway. And you also showed it at 15 feet setback rather than at 10 feet, which it would be allowed to be.
Okay.
And I know that's probably just so you can draw the sign at the right size and show it. But if you actually moved it to the right, you would still have visibility to it. To the right, meaning to the east, closer to your entrance driveway. And then you could move up and only be 10 foot back and still be visible up the street.
It could be moved, but that would require quite a bit of electrical work for the ground lighting.
There's ground lighting on this sign?
Yes. I think if you look at the picture of the existing sign, you can see the light is toward the front of the sign.
Okay.
But
and that landscaping belongs to Burger King?
Well, yeah, if you scroll a little bit to the left on this view. Okay, you can see a shrub right on the left hand side that belongs to Burger King, and then along this swale here, right on the property line, there's a lot of foliage.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the Napa sign thinking, you know, that they're there, but actually that Napa sign is in such a location that they had to stop the sidewalk.
It's
right.
hard to see around that sign.
Yeah, the sidewalk actually stops there.
Right. Yeah, that actually is an issue over there that I don't want to use, you know, to compare and say that this is okay. The sidewalk really does. It just stub ends. And then we have Napa's property with their monument sign right out at the street edge. I mean, within a couple feet of the street edge. And then the sidewalk really isn't there, interestingly, all the way to the intersection.
Yeah, the way the property line and right of way is drawn, it's almost very difficult to get a sidewalk in there.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were to put a sidewalk.
Well, with where the sign is that I've drawn it with just 3 feet from the right of way. The right of way is so wide that you could easily put a sidewalk in there. I mean, if you put a sidewalk.
But the right of way is the street.
Pardon me?
The right of way would, I mean, it's not the actual street right now, but it would be reserved to be the street. If they needed to add another lane, is how I'm seeing it, why they have it set back that so far in tapering.
I can't answer that.
And that would be more the engineering department to confirm that. But the reason why we have a setback from the right of way is so that they could put in things like sidewalks. You know how you have like your tree lawn and your sidewalk? I'm thinking that's how it's working.
Yeah, I think that's how it works too. The setback is, street curb line basically in that situation. So a sidewalk would still go inside that.
Generally, a setback is to accommodate utilities and sidewalks and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, as to the actual sign, I think the sign looks nice. Do you have more squares on the sign than you will have tenants?
Actually, they say they have room for 14 tenants. Basically, what's shown on the sign is 13.
Okay.
But, that second row could be divided into 3 tenants. Which would make it 14.
Okay.
I don't know that they will actually. I mean, obviously, if they have a tenant that comes in and takes 3 spaces, then that would reduce the number of tenants. So, I guess what I'm showing there is that can we go back to the picture of the sign there? I mean, with the flexibility on the sign of the tenant panels, it could be 14, it could be 13, it could be 10. It all depends on who has how much space in the building. And, as noted there, when a tenant moves in and needs a sign, we'd have to come back individually for those approval on those anyways.
Right. I was just looking at the number of spaces on it so that it doesn't look unoccupied. You want it to look, I would say 2/3 full. It's nice sometimes maybe to know that there is an open space. Somebody might inquire, if there's a space or 2 that are open and you have vacancies in your building. But I know right now you probably just showed it as an example with 4 tenants in it, but it just made me wonder how many tenants does the building, expect to have versus how many blank spaces are on their sign.
They expect to have 13 to 14 tenants.
They expect to have 13 to 14. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, we could put a panel on the bottom right that has leasing information or, things like that on it too. So,
okay.
Fill it up a little more. We probably, as things exist today, would move those 4 tenants up 1 row, which would kind of balance it a little better anyways.
Okay. And there will be external illumination for these.
Yeah, if you look at, well, I believe that there is a light right near the front, near the left side of the existing sign. It looks like it's very near the post, but it's actually further out toward us. that has ground illumination on the sign.
Is it lit on both sides?
I believe so. Honestly, I don't remember for sure if there is in fact ground lighting. I thought there was, but I'm not positive. I know that in the new sign we would put landscaping around it, a mulch bed with annuals and perennials that would kind of, set the whole thing off as a nice area, somewhat similar to Burger King or those. So
yeah. Well, if there isn't ground lighting, is the intent to put ground lighting in or just leave it illuminated?
That would be the responsibility of the owner. We would not be putting in ground lighting.
Okay.
Looks like there's a light on the top photo, though.
Illuminated sign. If the lighting's there, fine. If it's not there, that's fine too.
Yeah, it looks like there's a light there on the top photograph at the bottom left.
Yeah.
So you probably have electrical there at least. You probably don't need it though. Could be wrong.
Okay, so are we doing the variance separate from the sign?
Yeah, I think we have to do that first, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Jen, you already moved on.
I'll make a motion to approve a variance to be 3 feet back from the right of way. Minimum. Yeah.
Okay. I'll second it.
Roll call on the variance, Jennifer.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
And David.
Yes.
Okay, and then for the actual sign, I'll make a motion to approve it as submitted.
I'll second.
Roll call, Jennifer.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
And John.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a good day.
I'll be back.
Do we have a second case with the same
Yeah, he's got the next one too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we have Victory Innovations, CO. Is there a line under the O?
Yes.
Okay. On a raceway, painted to match the brick.
Well, the raceways are actually just 1.5 inch aluminum bars, 1/4 inch thick. There really is not a raceway. It's not illuminated. It's all flat cut, but it's mounted on bars to minimize the number of holes we have to poke in the building.
Okay.
And the bars are painted to match the brick. That is correct.
Okay.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And they're only 1 inch thick, the letters are?
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'll make a motion to approve it as submitted.
I'll second.
Roll call, Jennifer.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
And David.
Yes.
Thank you.
There's another sign involved in that application.
There's a second sign?
There's a second sign.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
There's an existing monument sign that has a space where a tenant moved out that they would like to add that to that.
Okay.
There you go. The letters on the sign are all white plastic prismatic formed letters. The bars are flat, and basically the bar we would add would be the same length as the other. It looks a little shorter, but it actually would be the same size. And the letters would match the others in height and font.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The spacing on the people above you are a little odd, but the Victory Innovations Co. at the bottom, I think, looks fine. And the adding of the bar is fine.
Yeah.
It's down a little low for landscaping. They'll have to be selective with their ground covering around it.
Yeah, all the lettering's hard to read when you're looking at the whole thing, but when you break it down after the lines, I can see it better. It looks like it's just a bunch of letters all over, but I don't think you could do anything with it.
Well,
I do like the font, though.
I mean, just the adding of a new tenant to the bottom, I could let the top one stay, but typically I would have reworked all the sign, or moved over the Ann Gottsman to center it. And
right, yeah.
We can recommend to the top tenant is the owner of the building. We can recommend to him that he might want to adjust that while we're there, because it'll be a lot less expensive than coming out separately to do it. So I don't know what he'll say. He may say, forget it, I don't want to, but
yeah.
I don't see an address on that sign. Is it on the front or the other side, or?
I think there are address letters on the front side of that sign.
To the right?
There's something white there.
To the right edge.
Yeah, facing the road.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve this as noted. The notes being the recommendation to center the Ann Gottsman, the addition or verification that the address is on the street face of that, the right side of it, and careful selection of planting to go around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs some of that.
It needs plants, but it also can't have tall plants or it'll block your name at the bottom. So careful selection of plants that go around it. So
yeah, I'll second the motion.
Jennifer?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Marge?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Okay.
You too. David, I mean, John, I owe you $10. Why don't you stop and
run
pick it up?
back.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll catch up sometime.
I still owe you the $10 for the raffle.
I'm waiting to see if you win, and then I'll just keep it.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't do that to you.
I know you.
You can take $10 out of it.
Plus 10%.
Sure.
If you're comfortable with that.
I hope you win. My dad's a vet, so I don't mind it if I donated it to him.
I got my stimulus check.
Did you really?
Yeah, yesterday.
What you get, a direct deposit?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't do that with them. I'm afraid they might go and take things out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wait for the check to come in the mail, which makes
might say, "Hey, you owe us some money."
Well, I've already filed my taxes and gotten my refund, so I always try to get them done early.
Yeah, I get it.
So you're gonna have a retirement party?
No. No. Ryan, I have my book too to give you, or somehow drop it off at the, that we each got a book of the ARB section. of the codified ordinances.
Okay, sounds good. It looks like your next applicant is in here.
Okay.
Question for Zooming. Do applicants know what case we're on? Is it listed somewhere? Or do they only know by kind of watching along and checking it off?
They'll get a copy of the agenda. So if you wanna say what case number we're on each time, it might help them follow.
Okay. That way they know, do I have 10 minutes or do I have a half hour?
Yeah, I mean, we have more motions than we do cases.
All right, so we are on case number 5, 2472 Warren Parkway, a gazebo.
So are we supposed to do those if they're not attached?
Things that have roof structures we've asked to see.
Okay.
So decks we don't see necessarily, but if they have a pergola or a gazebo, then we do.
Yeah. A lot of people ask me if they need a permit for that. To put, because a lot of these they could almost build and take apart now. During winter time they could take them apart too. So I don't know if it's just temporary on some of these. There's a lot of kits out there now.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, the kits for sale.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it because the lumber costs more than just buying it, doing the labor. They're so affordable to do.
Well, isn't these the apartments that are all attached going down Warren Parkway? I mean,
yes, I believe.
Do you know what I'm speaking of, guys? If you turn on Warren Parkway to the left.
Yeah. Yeah.
They look like actually one floor.
Yeah, I never went that far down there, I guess, to see it. Or is that in the front up?
I don't.
By 91?
I don't remember the ones on the left being, I think those are only single story ones. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, on the picture, I see two exterior doors pretty close together. So I'm guessing they're apartments, right?
Yeah, or they're condos, one of the two.
Condos.
They're condos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a site plan sketch at the beginning, kind of. Yeah, real rough, but there's. So this is really not really a gazebo. It's a shack or a shed attached to the back of the building in one spot, huh?
Yeah, is this for one person, or is this for like a community type thing?
Hello.
Sorry, are you asking if it'll be?
Hear me?
I guess I don't understand what I'm looking at yet.
I don't either.
Is Svetlana there?
Yes. Hello. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, we have a townhouse, and it's not going to be attached to the building.
Okay.
It have six poles and a clear roof. And our association, they approved already. They said it's a good idea to build this, and we already have something like that in a different site. So somebody already built, I believe, almost exactly the same one.
So is this a group of people putting this together, sharing it? Is that what this is? The gazebo? Is that just one person building it, or
no? This is I'm building my own self. I'm an owner, and I'm building my own self. my friend is going to help me, and it's permanent. That's why they told me that I have to receive
approval
from you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm Russian, so
no, that's all right. You're good.
Is very limited.
You're fine. All right, so now I understand that. So
that shows more where it's like it says not attached to building there, and there's like a shed roof.
Yeah, because we're told it's a gazebo, but it's not really a gazebo.
Yeah, it's not really a gazebo. It's just
okay.
It's a roof with on a 6 fold. I just want to keep kids outside, you know, in time when it's raining, you know, and it's fresh air, especially in coronavirus time. It's kind of hard to keep them home, you know.
Okay, and so this is attached to the back of your condo.
Yes, this is the back of my condo.
Okay, I got it now. And then you have roofing on it, or is it open?
It will be clear roof. Yes, it will be clear color, like I think it's called glass roof or something, glass top.
Okay.
So like a plexiglass.
I really haven't seen that before, but
it is. They start building exactly. They sell them, and they start build them right now with a clear top. And the association preferred to build this one. In the first place, I was thinking to build something look like what we have roof on top of our buildings, you know.
Right.
And they said, well, we're thinking this one will be better. So it was their decision. They want to see this way.
And then 3 sides are open though.
Yes.
Okay. I got it.
Okay.
So you have approval to build this from your condominium?
Yes, from association. Yes. We have a care condo, and our board members already approve everything, and I just didn't receive yet the actual letter. I don't know if you will be able to see, but I have on my other cell phone, I snap a picture from care condo, and they're saying that the board approve. They call this pergola.
Well, the building department will need a copy of that, okay?
We have
photos? I will send, yes. I will send you email, and when they will send me actual letter, I will email it. Or I can drop off.
Okay. Do we have photos of this? I didn't see them in the, are they in there?
I do. Yes, I did send a lot of photos. I think maybe like 7 or.
So the fence is remaining? Is the fence staying?
It is in the place already. Yes, the fence was built last year.
And that's intended to stay. And then this roof is going above that, inside.
Yes. Inside of, yes, it's going to be inside. So the actual pergola will be a little smaller than the backyard. So the backyard is a little bigger than the pergola.
All you're going to kind of see is the shed roof coming down and the fence around from outside anyway, I guess.
Okay.
Were those separate posts up there? What was that? Was that just getting ready to build the fence, or is that
under construction? The fence under construction?
Yes, it was the first pictures when they started. I just opened for you to show where is the window, and we are going to go higher than the lower window, and it will be closer to the higher window. You know, I just show it to you, the picture I have before, that you will understand how it's going to look like. So it have to be higher than the door, of course, and it's kind of in the middle.
Right.
I'm going back to try and find some better pictures, and I'm just a little bit concerned about this because it's a multi-tenant building. You know, it's a multi-unit building. And it's hard to know what this is really going to look like. I see you've got your PVC polycarbonate panel photo from Home Depot or somewhere. Are there pictures of any of these that are existing that you can show us for an example? And then I'd want to see the front elevation. We have a section. I don't feel like I have a good picture of this in my mind to know what this is going to look like. And being that it's a multi-tenant building.
It is almost going to look like what they have already selling in the store. You know, they have those kits where you just put it together. So but we're just going to make ourselves, that's it. But the point is the same. That's why I call them gazebo or pergola, because they a lot looks like.
Yeah, it's just basically a shed roof, really, the way I'm looking at it. So you had some details at the beginning of this presentation. I don't know if somebody can go back to that, because I understand it more now than I did before. I just want to make sure if I look at the print that they showed.
Not about the.
Yeah, I was gonna try to get a Google Earth of the front real quick to pull up.
Right. I don't understand where this is and the properties, if you know where it's viewable from. I don't know what the character of this will be. Will there are some overhangs over the entrances. Would this match those slopes? I mean, to me, I'm starting to wonder if this is going to look like it belongs or if it's going to look foreign to the rest of the building.
Right. Yeah, understandable. Maybe if we see the print again too.
You can't see on front, it's in the back. It's kind of, I have a corner, my unit is a corner one, first one, and it's in the back.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see the picture closer.
Yeah, no, I can't go like into the parking lot. It won't let me go any.
Okay.
Yeah, so from front you can't see, and it's kind of in the middle. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, but it's in the back side of the building though, right?
Yes, it is in the back side of the building.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
And they have to put, I just want to make sure they have to put those poles 42 inch down, right? In the ground.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
you have
because
two of them.
he told me that he's building this already for many years. He's working in remodeling and doing a lot of work. So he told me it just was changed. I believe it was some different number previously, right?
Yeah, so it's 12 foot wide by 9 foot.
Yes.
Right? 12 foot wide by 9 foot.
No, it is 18. No. It is, I believe it's 18 by 9.
And then they're
not 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 7 foot. Is that 7 foot high? It's up against the wall, up against the existing wall. If you go back to the section, is that just 7 feet or 7.6?
I think it goes from 9 to 7 foot. It's basically a shed roof with 2 posts.
So
yes, it is
9 feet at the high point.
Yeah.
And it goes 7 in the front. Okay.
Yeah, with the 12-foot pitch.
Oh, yes, you have the speaker.
Post, what are you treating the post? I mean, what finish are you putting on the post? You painting them or you staining them?
The association is going to, it's from same Greenwood that we have all other here, how you call them?
around the fence?
Yes, fence. So they usually
4x4s?
paint. They treat. Yes, this is what they're doing. And so
they're
when they go into
6x6s.
paint, they're gonna paint mine.
Okay.
So you're just going with the straight.
Or I can paint it myself.
No other. I was trying to figure out if you were putting any other finish on it, if you were going to stain it to match the brick or.
No. We're going to. I'm trying to match that it will looks nice, and similar to other, fences and neighborhood, because I was thinking to put their same blacktop what they have on our roof, but they do like better idea when it's clear, when the roof is clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the approval is probably important for us to have too, though, before we make a motion, right?
Well, I can show you. I would love to have this, approval from you if it's possible, as fast as possible, because the people who are building for me, they just helping me, and but they have another job to do. They usually building apartments and moving, building another one. They're building, and it's right now. It's time when they take a big projects and start building them. So. I'm just worried if they will left me for whole summer with this project.
No, we've approved.
I can show you.
We've approved before the letter is sent to the building department, as long as they get it. So that would be a follow-up to the bill from the building department.
Okay.
Okay. And I can show you if you can see from me if you can see picture from me, if I can show you right now, like screen to screen. In my other cell phone, I have, or I can email it to this email from Care Condo. It's a Kelly Garner there. She sent it to me a letter, and that they prove. She just she's just not in office to send me the actual letter.
You could probably just
send it to me
email to Ryan or something, couldn't he? And then he could.
I can do it right now. I can send this email to him right now.
Okay.
Or to somebody, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
do you want me to send this letter right now? This email?
I'm sorry for stepping away. That was Don Spice, another member of our board. He's not able to get onto this call right now. So,
well, I don't know what it exactly looks like, but I know what she's trying to do.
I understand a little bit about what she's trying to do, but I don't feel that I can make an informed decision with the information that we have provided. I don't feel confident in my image of it, that it is what is intended to be built. I've got my image of what it could be or what I, would like it to be. And I don't know that either of those are, what is actually being proposed.
So I guess this thing's is like a prefabricated type unit that you just put together. That's the way what I'm getting out of it.
Right, like they're doing it on their own, but they're modeling it off of a prefab that they could.
Okay, all right. So it's not actually bought like as a kit and put up.
Correct. Am I getting that right, Mrs. Novak?
Yes, we are. Was looking on the packages what they have in Home Depot, with gazebo. And we was planning to build exactly the same, but we didn't purchase there. So we buy same 6x6, 2x2s. And so we're not putting package together. We're doing exactly the same what they have there.
Right.
So in one of the pictures that I sent it to you, it's gonna be a wood. And I sent you the picture what the actual house have to be looks like. You should have there if you have. Because I can see you have their plan, but I didn't see if you have the actual pictures, the finished job.
I didn't see those.
I didn't get anything of a finished product.
No?
No.
Okay.
I think I sent it. I can show you if you will able to turn on my video. I can show you. I have on my cell phone. Let me see. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna find this picture first because they are actually on my cell phone that I'm talking to, and I have another one.
You'll have to turn your video on.
Yes, just give me 1 second. I'm not sure if this will work. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a little helper right here. It's me.
Looks familiar,
She's
Jen.
helping me. She's pretty quiet helping me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me think. I'm trying to think if I will go in my pictures. Library. Okay, here it is. I hope I have it. Oh, right now I understand. I think I sent it to association, and I maybe didn't send it to you. So it should looks like that.
Okay, so it's
If
an
you
open
can
roof.
see, can you?
The roofing's going to be open?
Yes.
Okay, it's a pergola.
Yes.
No,
No, it's
not open.
No, it is clear on top. It's like a it's a clear roof on top.
Like a polycarbonate.
Like a glass. Yes.
So, all right, I get it.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, and
you're gonna build it.
Show. I was thinking.
Look just like that, or with the same
yes.
size members and everything.
No, it was. Yes.
But she only needs 2 posts, I think. The way her print shows it, 2 posts. It'll be
it's
shed
6.
Roof.
It's 6, 7.
6 posts.
It's 6. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if it's 18 feet long.
Wow. Okay.
I think it was 9 by 18 or something like that. You said. I think that's
what it is. 18 by Let me see what I have here.
It's either 8 or 9, I think, feet out.
So it's kind of like this one will be inside. I don't know if you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And so wood was clear. It should looks very nice. Or maybe this picture will show you a better idea.
That one looks nicer. It's also a lot larger.
This is this size. This is the size of 18 by 9. Yes, this is 18 by 9. This is, it's kind of from back. You know, I will have a building from that side where we can see. So the lower side will be closer to my fence, and higher side will be closer to my building.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is what it is.
Okay. So
one more. I can return.
I'm starting to understand it a lot better. I don't think I can put an approval through today without having drawings made. You know, we sent away a house earlier on this same evening to get proper, elevations drawn. And I feel like it does have a roof to it. So it is a structure that, that the city is responsible to really review. And I think that we need to see an elevation that includes the elevation of the structure and your unit and perhaps the adjacent unit next to it so that we can see how it ties in with your building, and some pictures that show overall what your building looks like, without this on it, before we go and add it onto it. I can see that there are other roofs. Usually we look at roof pitches and talk about those. People would measure and find out what the roof pitches are on their building. I saw that you had noted that you're intending to do a 412 pitch on yours. But I don't know what's on the existing building. If it's a 612, you know, it might make sense to make yours that also. But then I don't know if that interferes with the window on the second floor. I saw that there was a window there, but I don't know what the height is.
Yes, there is a window there. It will be lower.
Right, it would be lower, but I don't know by how much. Is it coming in right under the window? And these are the decisions that need to be made before it's constructed and need to be conveyed to us through the elevation.
We can make any, you can tell us any kind of how much you want us, because we didn't make that decision yet. That's why it's not on the picture. I was trying to ask you how high you want for us to put this, the
roof.
I'm forgetting the roof. Yes, right. I'm forgetting this letter, this word all the time. This is first time when I'm building something. So
oh no, I understand.
Trying to prove.
I can imagine this is completely
I'm
foreign.
sorry.
Even that sketch you had, I was very impressed, and I wondered if somebody helped you get that together.
My friend who's going to build that, he's actually from church, and they helping me to build this. They build churches, so they traveling all over in USA. And if you ever hear this, it's a church of 50s. I can't remember how you, I know how in Russian I can pronounce it, but I don't know how you can pronounce this in English. And so they actually building churches, and he's doing that for 25 years.
Okay.
So he put together all this drawings, and he said that he usually, you know, he was proving that, but it's not, he don't have his business proof here in our area, and it's gonna take for us much more longer time, you know, to go with him. He is building his own self, so he doesn't have this as a business.
Okay.
The group of people who is building the churches, they working like for, I believe, for somebody else. So I need to understand exactly what you don't understand, what I need to do for you. So if the question is how high it have to be, I can make any height you want. You know, it can be so much inches or so much. We didn't make that decision.
Usually our first preference is that the slope of the roof matches the slopes of the other roofs on the property. If it's a smaller roof than the larger roof, then the second preference would be for it to be more shallow, a lower pitch to the roof versus going steeper, which usually is the case in most of the things that come through. Right, and then
it is another problem exists here. If I can tell you, I didn't know where I have to prove this through city. I found out about this not so far ago, but the board members, the president of our association, when I give her these drawings and everything, she told me, go ahead and build. And usually this is how I build fence, you know, so we showing some pictures and they sending yes before they prove that. Before the board members prove that. So the problem is that they already put the 6x6 inside of the, they already make the holes in my backyard, and they already put the 6x6 inside and they cemented them. So I can show you from top how it looks right now. And so they already, certain things they put together. They put 6 poles and they just put 2 woods to keep them together, that they will not fall down when they were cemented.
So
yeah, so they already started.
Yeah,
and I keep them wait because one of the new board members got upset that nobody asked the opinion, and so they have to vote, and we have to go through all of that, you know, right now. And I have to take to city. So I didn't know, and if you want me, it's not too dark right now, I can show you how it looks outside, and maybe it will be more for you to understand. And
I'm still not going to be able to approve it tonight because we don't have the elevations. We do need to see the elevations and your unit as well as the units adjacent. This is a multi-tenant building, which means that, yeah, an architect would be needed to approve plans, even to make changes usually to a multi-tenant building, I believe, by code. Multi-tenant buildings are supposed to have stamped drawings for any structure. And if it has a roof, I feel concerned about many things on this. I don't feel confident that I can vote yes on this tonight. So we can put a motion forward on it, but I'm not comfortable with the fact that it doesn't have elevations, that it is a multi-tenant building. We don't have the approval letter from your association, which usually needs to be on file.
Association.
Otherwise, if we then vote on it, then you go tell your association, well, the city has approved it, and then their hand is forced on it, that they have to approve it because the city already did, and that can be an awkward situation for them. And so all of these things together.
No, they approved it already. Oh, you mean we
don't have.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, and so because of all those things, I feel uncomfortable voting on this, and I understand that it's already started. So there are some design decisions that are kind of pushed, like we're going to put the posts where you want them to be when this goes up. But there are a few things that could still be changed and that could make this work if we figure out what your pitch is on your roof, how that works with your windows, what the side condition will be on it.
Okay, can you tell me then how you want, how high it have to be for us between the window? Because this kind of
well, on the print she had it at a 412. Did anyone see that, or am I imagining that?
No, it was listed as 412.
I want to show you.
But we don't know at what height.
We don't know where it hits with the windows and what that looks like on the whole elevation, because we haven't seen the elevation.
Yeah, so did they inspect the holes?
I don't know what is the elevation.
Did somebody inspect the holes?
I'm sorry.
Did anybody inspect the holes, the foundation?
No,
no inspections done by the city.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. I didn't know that we have to have city in our project.
Right.
So we just make how it's supposed to be right way. It's 42.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I'm going to make a motion to table for further information. We've already discussed several of the things, including the elevations, photographs of the back and sides of her building that include her tenant space and adjacent tenants, so that we understand how it works on the overall building. She showed an example over Zoom, but it would be to her benefit to submit some of those photos that show what this would look like. Correct. Okay. Right. And then
and this is, if you can see it, this is approval from the board.
It's very
condo.
Yeah, you need some from the building department too.
Okay.
From the building department.
I'm pretty sure when you put in the structure. Yeah, you'll need to contact somebody from the building department.
What she must.
I was thinking that this is your building.
We're not the building department.
We're a subsidiary.
Yes, right.
In order to get on this agenda, she had to have contacted the building department.
All right. So they must have thought the posts were fine too then.
Okay.
If they knew the posts were already in, I don't know.
All right.
Dan Segelka did review this prior.
Okay. So the posts are fine apparently.
Okay.
from the building department. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
I'll second the motion to table the agenda item.
The case on the agenda. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll call, Jennifer.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Thank you. So if you can do the elevations and include those photographs, submit your example photos and submit your letter from the homeowners association, your condo association, in about a week, you should be able to be on our agenda in 2 weeks from today.
Okay, so in 2 weeks from today. Okay, and I have a question.
Meeting, but you need to submit a week before that to be on the agenda.
I will do this today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to build this as soon as possible. Yeah. And I have a question. I have one more question for you. If you are able, will be to write it down to me and send it email exactly what I need, because like a new word, I write it down here, elevation, and plus HOA letter, and I can only speak English, so it's I'm writing in Russian language, American words. So
some pictures
I'm trying to make sure I'm
of
doing
tenants around you.
Yes, pictures of your building with your unit as well as the whole building overall, so we can see how it looks on the entire building, and the example photos of the finished products that you are basing your design on.
Okay.
I think if she wants a list, maybe she could get a hold of the building department and speak with Ryan and go over.
Yeah, it sounds like she can use some help on that.
Yeah, we'll help you out.
We can't build it for her.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. We can help you, but we can't build it, right?
Novak.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Evening.
Thanks for offering, Ryan. Because I think we were confusing her a little bit. A little guidance, she'll figure it out. She has some of the stuff there.
Yeah, we've been trying to help her out and get through it. There's some.
I get it. Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
They're getting everything through too.
Yeah, right. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Let's go.
Back in just a second.
Yeah, let's see what's next here.
Yeah, everybody's eating here, and I'm sitting back.
I ate a banana. I'm starving.
I'm gonna get my water.
They're not waiting for me for dinner.
All right, bringing Jim back in here.
I'm here. I've been here. I'm listening. I'm taking notes. So I've been here. But I am eating snacks and stuff. So
I just snuck a banana in.
Yeah. We should have had a meal planned. We could have all.
I do, but I can't put it in the microwave until this is over.
Oh, you could turn your camera off and walk to your microwave.
Oh no. But it'll be done and it'll get cold. We got a lot to do yet.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
It's a heavy agenda, that's for sure.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you, Jim.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I haven't planted any posts.
Boy.
This is a deck with a screen room. We're taking down the old deck, of course. You'll see all the, I think I've got you covered for the elevations on this too, and pictures. But basically what we're doing is a 14 by 16 deck. We're taking down this old, you guys are flipping too fast for me.
Sorry, did you start long ago?
Did I start what?
Did I miss much? I was gone for a minute here. I had to pay my babysitter. She's leaving.
Well,
yes, maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah, you just missed a couple of seconds. All I was joking was I didn't plan any posts yet and bootleg anything in. So
okay.
But basically what we're doing is we're taking down this old deck that you're seeing right now. We're building a brand new deck, and then we're putting a full gable roof line on top of it that's going to be screened in with the screen tight system. So all this is coming down. And then if you look at the elevation pictures that I do have in there,
They're sideways.
You'll see the, yeah, I didn't put them in that way. But basically when you're looking at the back of the house, you'll see where the hip roof is right now. The new wall is going to come in just on the inside of that coach light over there. It's going to go 14 feet the other way. And then it'll have a 412 pitch roof. I'm not sure how to do Zoom. This is my first Zoom meeting I've ever done. So I don't even know how to turn my camera on.
You're doing fine, Jim.
What's that?
You're doing fine.
Okay. But anyway, it's going to be the screen tight system onto it. Stairs coming out. The entire deck around the outside perimeter of it will be skirted in with wood skirting running vertically so that it's enclosed so you don't see the stuff under the deck. The shingles are going to match the existing house. And the screen tight will be on the outside, which means that all the 4x4 posts will be in the white screen tight, which is the screen tight's got the base track that you put your rubber spline on that holds the screen on. And then there's a snap cap that's white that goes over the top of it. The door that goes out to the stairs will be a white vinyl door onto that. It's going to be an open roof on the inside so you can see your rafters. It'll have the white fascia. And all seamless gutters going down, tied into the existing downspouts.
Fan too? They're going to fan, Jim?
Yeah, they're going to put a ceiling fan in to swirl the air.
Okay.
It will have the collar ties. The screening, as you can see from the roof line up there, you're going to have the trapezoid windows up into there, which those will also be screened onto that. But it gives it more of an open look up into there. Gives it a lot nicer appearance.
And the roof is only 212?
No, it's a 412 or 312 pitch.
It's a 312, okay.
Yeah, if you look over where it says roof pitch over there.
Okay.
We have to go with a 312 because as you can see, they've got a window right there.
Okay, yes. You can do the 312, and it's asphalt shingles?
Correct, to match the existing house.
Okay. We have an overhang, it shows 8 inches?
Yes.
Okay.
Only because we get that other spot into there. I don't really have the width to go either which way without hitting the window.
And the end condition has 8 inches.
Correct.
Okay.
That way it all matches all the way around.
Okay. And we have all of the elevations. Right, there's a roof, a window above it. Okay.
Tell Ryan he could just, show her what the elevations are supposed to look like, and that might help her on her journey.
Yeah, we have steps to grade.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And those are closed rise stairs. They're not open risers. They're closed.
Okay, and you have a railing.
Pardon?
You have a railing.
Correct.
Okay.
What kind of rail is it? Just curious.
It's just going to be a wooden rail.
Wood rail? Okay.
Yeah, the whole deck's a wood deck.
We had a case come through last week with a sunroom, a screen room where the door opened out right over the steps as they came down, and we had them put a landing on. I don't know how old the people are who are intending to use this. I would be okay with approving it without a landing, but we could put a recommendation on for one.
They won't need a landing because the door is going to open in.
Oh, wait, the door opens in. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I would never have a door swing out over the stairs. That'd be kind of hard to get in and out.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, my door is going to be open inward, not outward.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve it as submitted.
Super.
I'll second it.
Roll call, Jennifer.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
Super. And I'll see you at the next meeting also, because I got a real nice one going in Twinsburg again.
Very nice.
All right.
All right.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
See you next meeting. And maybe by then I'll figure.
Hello.
Lost him. Now I want to know what he's going to figure out.
Yeah, and
I was too quick on the
throwing
trigger to
quite a
start
few
changing
jabs in there.
Maybe it was how to rotate the elevations right side up. I don't know.
Yeah, Dropbox is not good at orientation.
Yeah. Now, if you see me doing this. Okay. Going back to my Dropbox, my agenda. Where did I lose that? Here.
Yeah, let me see what we're on here.
Number 30.
No, number 30.
We're on Wayne Holmes' new dwelling on Chamberlain.
Okay, that's, yep, agenda item number 7, case 210330.
I see Larry in here. I don't know if there's any other attendees who are speaking on this case. Please raise your hand. Okay, Kelly. Kelly, you'll need to unmute. I don't know what happened to Larry.
All right. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I don't know where Larry went, but if you can present this one here.
Sure. Give me one sec.
Are you going to screen share?
You know what? I'm actually on my phone right now.
All right, I'll do it.
I'm actually, believe it or not, still working. Do you guys have, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so we have a 13 course basement here. It's a one level ranch of about a little over 1,900 square feet. I believe I did see 3 bedrooms here. Yeah, so you have an owner's bed with 2 other bedrooms, 2 full baths. You have a half bath down in the basement. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Let's see. What else do we have? Everything. I have the shingles up here real quick.
Did you say this is on Chamberlain?
Yeah, it's over on Chamberlain. It's over by, he pretty much has, what is that, 271 right in his backyard.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, the siding's going to be a Cape Cod gray, pewter shingles, which is kind of like a dark kind of charcoal, gray shutters as well. The house sits back about 50 feet from the road. He does have a proposed driveway there, but in last time I talked to Larry, it sounded like he wanted to kind of build like almost like a courtyard in that area. So it does have a side load garage that actually you would actually turn into the house. So it'd be like right next to the front door there.
Yeah, I see it on the site plan.
Right.
I don't see a service door, a man door into the garage.
Is that required by the city?
We've been putting them on all new houses.
Okay.
The location varies depending on the layout of the garage, the layout of the property.
Okay.
I'm going to look for recommended locations. And then I can leave it up to the homeowner to decide exactly, but possibly. Let me see if there's any. So Recommended locations. The right elevation, 2 feet off the back wall of the garage. That way it leaves them room for storage on that wall.
Okay. Towards the towards that front elevation, like you're talking about the back side of the garage, or?
I know it's tricky because you pull in from the side. So north is to the left. So it would be on the east wall. So it would be on, sorry, the south wall of the garage.
Gotcha.
2 feet off the east wall.
Okay.
That's my recommended location.
What would your thoughts be about possibly adding one on the left elevation, just right of the overhead door?
That would be my second option. Yep.
Okay.
Now, if we do that one, the left elevation, I'd like to add possibly 2 windows to that left elevation, because this is the type of house where the entire garage protrudes ahead of the house, and that becomes a long, uninterrupted face.
Yeah, I saw that. Just looking at the bedroom layout, that looks like 2 possible areas where he would probably put the beds at. I'm not sure if he was willing to actually add any windows there, but I can always propose that as well.
So I would do bedroom 2 and bedroom 3. I'd put a window about 6 inches ahead of each of those closets on that wall, because you'll never put furniture right up against a closet door. So that would give you 2 windows on the left elevation that would be symmetrical on that elevation and should not impede furniture. And then on the right elevation, adding windows or a door and a window into that garage would help break up that elevation. And does that bathroom really not have a window? Sorry, that bathroom. It says bathroom LV, it's the master bathroom, doesn't have a window.
The master bathroom.
Which is very odd, being that it looks like that would be the location for a possible soaker tub if you were to put one in.
Did Larry hop back on by chance? I don't think.
I think he is too. Hang on, let me see if I can see where Larry is. There's a button I can click on to see attendees versus participants.
Yeah, there is. Larry Hopkins is on here. I don't know. Larry, you there?
I don't know. Speak to that.
Says his mic's on, but I'm not hearing anything from him.
Oh, you know what's interesting? On that elevation, it shows dryer vent. I bet there's a washer and a dryer in that bathroom. In that master bath. And that would be why there's probably 6 or 7, or more like 7 feet of space along that wall.
Let's see. Hold on one sec. Because I do see a laundry room right beside it, but they may have the vent running through there. I'm trying to see why they wouldn't have added one.
There's an electric meter they got right there too.
Yeah, but the electric meter looks like it's wait. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I'm cross-referencing. This is the first time I'm actually looking. I'm stepping in for Laura, who's actually on vacation this week. So first time actually looking over the plans.
And speaking of window spacing, the owner bedroom, unless they know their bed is definitely on the left wall, the window that's on the right wall is in a very odd position for putting a bed on that wall. So we can pick a couple locations to add windows. Okay. And then if the homeowner wishes to revise those, they could do that.
Sure.
But because to me that's a little odd. I would have scooted that window over to, again, about maybe 2 feet off the back wall, and then I would have put another one 2 feet off that walk-in closet.
Can you bring up the layout of the inside again?
I'm sorry, I'm also working off of, I've got the Dropbox open, so I'm working off of another.
Oh, I've got my Dropbox open, but I can't get that yet.
Okay.
Okay, now I see it. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, my recommendation was that in the owner bedroom, which is on the top right corner, I would recommend moving that window further up and then adding another one down near the walk-in closet. That's not even on the what it does to the exterior. To me, that's just the function of the room. But I was looking at adding 2 windows, one in bedroom 2 and one in bedroom 3, just ahead of the closets. Because you'll never put furniture, down low right up next to a closet. That wouldn't work. So that wouldn't impede. And that will put 2 windows on the left elevation, and they'd be symmetrical because the bedrooms are symmetrical. On the right elevation, we do have a requirement for a garage man door, which can either go on the left side of the garage facing the driveway and front door, or it could go on the right side of the garage, recommended 2 feet off the back wall. That way they could still store on that back wall. And then I'd add a window to the garage on the right elevation toward the front of the garage. Oh shoot, I'm on the wrong window here. And then I question why there isn't a window in the bathroom. There's nothing in that corner. And that corner looks like it would have been designed to add a tub. And a tub's low, so I would recommend having a window. Otherwise, there's no window in that master bath.
That's just where the shower, the sink, and the commode are, right?
Right. They have a shower, a sink, a commode, and a linen closet. And then there's a whole empty area that's on an outside wall with nothing in it. So, and then I originally thought that maybe they were putting a washer and dryer there, but they have a laundry room right next to this. So I don't know if that was an alternate location, if it was a late change.
Can they put like a small transom window up there?
The shape of the window? I mean, it could be a transom window up high. I would go ahead and just put in a regular size window, and then they could just put blinds in it, for privacy. But that way at least they have light and they have air. They can open the window and exiting and all of that go with it. And it breaks up the facade, because otherwise, how long is this wall? I mean, that garage, this plan isn't dimensioned, but I would assume that's about a 25 to 30 foot garage. It's a big garage. And then another, 30 feet or more of house. That's like a 60-foot long wall with only one window.
How far back does this house sit?
Just 50 feet from the front edge of the garage.
Okay.
50 feet from the road.
Okay.
That it looks like our electric meter probably be right in that area in that bathroom, so we could probably just shift that over if Larry's willing to, or looking to add an extra window in that bathroom.
That garage is 28 feet across. If you go up to the actual floor plan instead of the mechanical plan, it's all dimensioned. Which is,
right, so we have a 66 foot long wall with only one window in the back. So
one other thing too, not a big deal, but you might want to look at relocating the compressor outside, because if you put a window in that bedroom too, it's going to be right outside the window, which wouldn't be good.
Right, shift that near the bathroom right there.
Yeah.
Any other comments?
No.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve it as noted. I'm going to rattle off the notes again. Oh, you closed my window. Hang on, I've got mine. All right, notes being 2 windows on the left elevation, 1 in bedroom 2, 1 in bedroom 3, near the closet doors. Right elevation, addition of a garage man door, approximately 2 feet off the back wall of the garage, or side wall of the garage, which is the front wall of the house. But another window in the garage toward the front of the garage, toward the street face. And then a recommendation for a reworking of the windows in the master bedroom for alternate locations of the bed inside the room. And then do you think we should have a requirement or a recommendation for a window in the bathroom? Anybody?
I would require it. I have one in mine and it's a great godsend.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that. It's a very long wall without many windows. So let's have a window in the bathroom. If there is something being put in there that we don't know about that would interfere, they can come back through and just.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Roll call, Jennifer.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
You probably should have recommended an egress window.
Out of the basement, thank you, John. I should have. Now that we voted on it, it's too late, right?
I know.
You
can throw in the recommendation again.
You can add a recommendation because it doesn't change their approval.
It's a big basement. It's going to be a massive basement, 13 course. So you're going to have 8-foot ceilings after the ductwork. So that's good.
Okay, because it doesn't change their approval, can we add the recommendation for an egress window from the basement?
Be good for them to see it. It's so easy to do when they're building.
Right.
I'll put it on as a recommendation.
Thank
you.
Yeah,
they got to have egress window. Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Hello.
Hey,
how's it going?
Get kicked off here because I've been getting notices of the internet connection here at my mother's house having issues. It keeps freezing up on me, or y'all do every now and then. But hopefully I'll stay in there.
So what's going on, everybody? Got a real barn burner going tonight, huh?
Yeah. Can't get around it.
I know.
Last week we had a 1-case meeting, so I figured it was coming.
Yeah. I've been spoiled in the past myself, so a couple small things to note that aren't on these plans. On the left elevation, we're going to have a 3-foot wide garage man door towards the front corner of the garage going into the garage. Okay. And
you're going to have what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
A 3-foot wide man door, a 3-foot wide door going into the garage from the side of the house.
Okay.
On the left elevation.
Got it.
And then we are going to do 2 60-inch wide by 12-inch tall transoms in bedroom 3 and 2 on the right elevation, centered. Just to kind of give that elevation, break up that side of the house on the right elevation a little bit.
Okay. So you show the one window in the middle, and you're also going to have a transom left and right of that.
Yep, 60 inches wide, 12 inches tall.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm not sure, there will be a egress window in the basement. It will either be, it'll be a window well, like a escape well unit, it'll either be on the rear, facing the rear of the house or the right, but in that right rear corner area, you know. It just kind of depends on how grade works out for us. I was talking to Chris, and Chris was thinking we would do it how we did the model that we currently have, and that would go out the back, but he didn't know yet. So
yeah, I'm glad you're adding it.
Yes, sir. You bet. And I think we're going to finish off some of the basement. Let's see. The exterior will be white vertical siding, white trim. We're doing black windows on this house. That's a first for us. And we're going to do a dark brick, either gray or black, to grade. Kind of a farmhouse style. Black metal roofs on the shed roofs on the front, and that return going across the front there. And the roof color will be black as well, certainteed more black. And we're going to do black garage doors too.
Sounds like a lot of black.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, well,
I have to say it's not my style. I see these popping up right now, the black framed windows and the white walls, and it's just so high contrast that in the sun, all the black windows just look like big holes.
Yeah, right.
Well, the one good thing is from the front of the house, this house faces south. I'm sorry, it faces north. So you never, there's not a whole lot of sunlight that's going to be direct facing the front of the house.
Okay. What color's the front door?
Black.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to talk to Chris about the garage door color. I'm not really, I just got this information. Chris is out of town, so I'm, filling in for him. We kind of bounce stuff back and forth. I kind of thought that doing full brick around the left, the larger garage door on the left on the front elevation, like around the sides and top, and then doing white garage doors. But
yeah,
that's kind of his call. It's his model. I just built it. So, what else can I tell you?
Out the back, we have a patio. Does it have steps down to grade?
It does. It'll probably have one. It'll be a two rise, one tread. That's what we have. That's what we have at our current model now.
And that way you don't have to have any railings around the outside. That's nice.
That's correct. And the patio will just be, concrete on grade. Probably stamped concrete. Yeah, these houses, they're kind of growing on me a little bit, the white with the black. We just want to have something a little bit different. We're going to have a similar house at the other end of the street, like the very end of the street on the opposite side of the street. So it'll balance the world out.
Right.
We got a lot of blue going right now. And so.
Yeah, right. Very trendy, yeah. So the black's really not pure black. A lot of times they're just like charcoaly.
Yeah.
Granite-y type colors, but.
Yeah, it's hard to get that pure black from some of the materials.
Yeah.
All right. I can make a motion to approve this as noted.
Mm-hmm.
The notes being the two transom windows that are on the right elevation and the garage man door on the left elevation.
Mm-hmm.
Step to grade. It's just a step, but
right.
An egress window from the basement. You said it was the back left corner or back right corner?
It would be either, it's the back right corner if you're looking at the front of the house.
Okay.
So it'll either be going out the rear or to the right, in that back area.
I'll second the motion. Oh, any more? Jen?
I don't know if there's anything else.
Steps to grade, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's all.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. You have a good night.
Thank
That's
you.
a roll call. Jennifer.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Night.
Yep. Bye.
All right.
So case 210332.
Nice size building.
Warehouse building addition.
William, are you going to screen share this one or you want me to pull it up?
I can do it.
Okay.
So what we're proposing here is to put a 7,600 square foot addition onto an existing building. Find my plan. The addition's on the left side of the screen here. It's a warehouse space, pair of unisex restrooms in there and a break room. The existing building is block, and we've matched the block. So we're proposing the addition will be the same split face block material. Number of windows on the north elevation and a couple man doors.
Right.
What road's this on?
Edison.
Edison, okay.
The windows face toward Edison. I see there's some banding in the masonry.
Right.
There's some photos here. The property was developed for this addition to be put onto it. So we're going to share this common CMU wall that's there today painted. And some photos here of the actual block work. So we're going to match the same pattern. There's 3 colors of block. Here's some samples of the block that we've matched. And I've got some photos of them that we submitted up against the existing building, so you can see how they match. Surrounding properties, this top one is the view to the south, view to the west, bottom photo there. Can't really see this from the addition, but there's the view to the east and the property to the north also across the road. So we're actually going to sit back over here with the addition.
I think it'll be nice. Well considered.
Yeah, it looks pretty simple.
Yeah.
I'm good with it. I'll make a motion if somebody doesn't have one.
I'll second.
Roll call. John.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes. That was quick.
Yeah. It's a perfect print.
Yeah.
Don't say that on the record. Then you can never go back on it.
All right.
I just said pretty simple.
Yeah. Yep.
Hello.
Hi, we hear you, Kayla and Ellis.
Hi. How are you guys?
Good. It's a long meeting tonight, right?
So, yep. I think I'm in my last. Almost.
Last.
So
we have a work session after, but
don't remind me. Okay.
So I am a new business in Twinsburg on Ravenna Road. I'm going to be opening up a salon suites. This is my sign right here. So it's just going to say KT Salon Suites.
Is that a period or a registered mark next to it?
At the end is a period.
A period. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is the sign cabinet existing?
Yes. So there's a business name up there currently. I can send a picture of that, but the business name is Joiner.
Okay, that's okay. I was just wondering if the cabinet was existing already and you were just putting a new face on it.
Yes, just putting a new face on it.
Okay. Yeah, it's very simple, very clean. I don't think there's anything to really comment on it. So
yeah.
Is it illuminated internally?
So the lettering they're just vinyl lettering, but the actual frame up that is now there, it is illuminating.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve as submitted.
I will second.
Roll call. David.
Yes.
Marge.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Thank you for waiting, Kaylin.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
So these salon suites are getting real popular. They're building quite a few of them, and they're filling them up quick.
What?
What they do is you can rent just one little space or a little bit bigger ones and have two people in. If you just want to be one person and have the salon, you could rent like a space, maybe 10 by 10.
Oh.
Yeah. And so this is probably about the fifth one I've seen go up in the area. Yeah.
Oh.
They're popping up everywhere in every city.
I just figured it was just somebody opening up a salon to start their own business.
Yeah, so if you're just like one person and you have a lot of customers, then you just rent that, the space you need.
Yeah.
It works out well for them.
This is your work session.
And now we're in the work session?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome, Monica.
Hi, thank you.
I'm reading your case right now here.
Okay.
Or not case, your work session.
Okay. Sorry, excuse me.
You guys want me to flip through the photos?
Oh, yes, sure. I was just going to pull up realtor.com or something to find them myself that way.
Yeah, that's where they all got pulled from. So
so there we go. Right. Cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that wall out when I was
Right. At first I looked, I'm like, is that an old exterior wall and they added on?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I like the way the brick does, like the little buttress.
I do too. That has some nice character. The garage is nothing, but the house actually has some nice character.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like, I wonder if that's what we saw from the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks added on.
Right. That piece looks added on.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. I want to Google Earth this and see where it is for my, what is the address again?
2126 Homes.
26 Homes. Oh, HOLMES. This is right behind the high school.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
I actually drove down that street this week. There's a piece of property for sale on that, on Moreland, which is right where Holmes comes off of.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I actually saw that too. Yes.
It looks,
has a big ditch though. I saw this.
Exactly my thought. That's going to be very hard to build on because it's a waterway running right through the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't drive up Holmes Drive because it said it was a private drive.
It is. It's really interesting. There are about 5 or 6 homes in the back, and the residents sort of collect money to maintain that road in the wintertime.
Yeah. So this house is actually really close to Holmes Drive. Like Holmes Drive is sort of like a driveway, sort of like a street, more like a driveway. Yeah, there's another house directly across from this. It looks like 2132. That's very close.
Do we have a land layout where we could like actually see where? I've heard of the street, but I never knew how you got there.
Let me try to do a screen share. I haven't done one in a while. Are you Googling it? Okay.
I was going to, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Ravenna Road.
That's right.
Cosmos and Damien, right across the street from this.
Oh, does it go past that? Oh, just past that bedrooms today. Okay, I know where this is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there are 2 houses built in probably the early 2000s, late 1990s.
Yes.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it goes next to bedrooms today and then back.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I never went back there.
Yep, the high school stadium is right behind it.
Got it. Yep. And what are you asking us to do for you, ma'am?
Well, I was wondering, I was told that because it was more than 50 years old, I believe, if I wanted to demolish it or even alter it in any way, that I would need approval from the ARB. And so I'm just wondering if you guys had any insight into this particular property, if you happen to know if it's historical, would we have a problem if we wanted to tear it down?
So we do have a historical, a registry of historical homes that have been registered with the city. Mm-hmm. So that would be the first place to look. And
Yeah.
I think if I have that list. I had it at one point. I remember looking at it, but I don't know if I actually have a copy here, but the city definitely has a list of those.
Yeah, so it's definitely older than 50 years.
Well, it looks like it's probably 110 years old.
That's what I was going to, it looks like it's 100, you're right.
But well maintained. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of neat looking.
Yeah.
So do you think the way they have the brick on the angle, was that an afterthought? Maybe it was starting to lean or something, or
no?
It was part of the look, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell the way the brickwork's built in, the brick matches, same color, same texture, same grade.
Yeah, it is. It matches well.
Now the chimney looks like that might have been added on later.
Yeah, or repaired.
Yeah.
Or repaired, could be.
If you tore it down, what would you put up there? Are you going to build another home?
Yes, we are going to build another home. Probably not right there. There's about 2.5 acres behind that house.
Mm-hmm.
So we would build it was shown on some of those photos. Some of it, we would actually build our new property back there. It's just that we, when you pull into that driveway, that home right there, we were wondering, if we place a bid and we were able to get this, if we wanted to tear this down, will we run into any obstacles? So we would not build our new home right here on the corner. It would be in the land that's in the back.
Yeah, which is part of the property, right?
Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
How big, how many, does it have 2 or 3 acres?
Yes.
2.
2, yeah.
2 acres?
Like 2. Yes, correct. Mm-hmm.
But actually, a third of that is on the other side of the river, the creek.
Yeah, that is true.
Which would actually be accessible from Hermitage, the street that's behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So even though you have 2 acres, you probably only have about 1 acre that's buildable.
Okay. Yep.
That's something to consider.
Definitely.
I see no issue taking down the garage that's on this property. The house actually does have some character, and I would be interested in learning more about it before I would give permission to demolish it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, do you know any history of it? Who originally built it?
I tried to find something. For one, I don't really know where to go. I did call the city trying to find out information, and the application to submit to the ARB to review this, it doesn't really fit my situation because it was asking me about the contractors' information and the sellers and all these different things that just aren't at play right now. I don't have all that information. So, before we invest all these resources into pursuing this and placing the bid, I just really wanted to know, like, hey, is this something that we would run into? Is it, listed or certified, whatever the word is, as historical by the city? Would they say, no, you can't tear it down because such and such lived there, 85 years ago? So, yeah.
Real quick, give me the address again.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
2126 Holmes Drive.
Wait a minute. 2126 Holmes.
Yes.
Okay.
So without knowing much more about it, without having checked to see if it's on any lists, I wish Don Spice was in on this. Don has lived in this community
for, it would be nice.
60 years, and he was not able to get on this call. He called earlier. He often knows these off the top of his head. Who built this, if it's historical, if it isn't.
Yeah, we should contact them anyway.
Wait a minute, I'm on the Summit County Auditor's page, and it was built in 1910.
Mm-hmm.
A ranch. Right now, it's owned by Vasil and Ludmila, Cricovan, Cricovan.
Huh.
And they bought it. Wait a minute, does it say? Well, they paid $32,500 for it.
Yeah. This is the last thing. We're about done. Evelyn says she's done. Yeah. All right. So my thoughts on it are, can you give me just 1 minute, please? My thoughts, I know. My thoughts are on it that I wouldn't be willing, just by looking at this, to say, yeah, sure, we can take it down, because it does look to be that, you know, it has some interesting character. All right, can you take her for 1 minute, please?
You can't figure out meetings like this. This is most reasons.
Okay. Right. But I see no issue with being able to take that addition off the side. I would think that doesn't look to be original, and the garage, I wouldn't see any reason why the garage couldn't be taken down.
So if we were to submit an official application to you guys to request to demolish this, how would you figure out if it could come down or not? Like, what would you pursue? What, you know, is there like a resource or a list or something? Like, how would you make that decision?
There is a list, and it does list dozens of homes in the community that are considered to be historical in nature. And that's not to say something that's historical couldn't come down, but it needs to be considered, you know, because anybody, some developer could come in, you know, it doesn't even have to be somebody who wants to live on the property themselves, who you usually, you know, you feel for. If you're going to buy this and you want to put your own home in and live in it, but anybody has the right to say that they're going to do that. And really, they could just clear off any historical property they want, build what they want, say they're going to live in it, and then sell it. And then we lose our community culture doing things like that. And that's why they have protection for homes that have architectural significance, you know, character that's contributed to the community. This one is tucked away so far. You can't really say it's contributing character to the community a whole lot. It's not on a main street that we all pass by and recognize. Right. But it does have interesting character. It looks to be well maintained. And if it is, you know, the site of a, you know, a historic person who's lived, you know, who lived in Twinsburg and, you know, was important to the community, then we would consider whether or not it's worth raising it. And, or there's also the opportunity sometimes that you leave that house and you build another house, and maybe this becomes its own small parcel and you have to go through a whole, you know, parcel divide or something to have the rest of the property, but leave the existing. That happens sometimes when there's like a big farmhouse or something. They, you know, give it its own parcel and then develop the rest of the land differently.
Oh, okay.
The detached garage was built in 1959.
Right. Yeah, the garage doesn't look to be anything.
No, I mean, it was added on late, you know, later, but in 59. Okay.
So if I wanted to see if this house was on that historical homes list, would I contact the city of Twinsburg building department?
Yeah, I would contact the building department, and I would contact the Twinsburg Historical Society.
Yeah.
Okay, because I started with the building department. That's how I ended up here. So
yeah,
kind of figured it out. But I have not spoken with the Historical Society, so they may have those records, right? So I'm looking for the list of historical properties in Twinsburg.
Yes, and there is one.
Oh,
so
good.
If somebody says there isn't one, there is one. I've seen it. I just can't recall exactly where I've seen it, other than I did see a paper copy one time. But there is one that was made.
Okay. And so if it is on that list, then I guess there's a whole other discussion that goes into that. Like what you kind of just said earlier, you know, does it add significance to the community? And I guess so, you know, you guys discuss that, you know, if we were to put the application in. Okay. If it's not, then is it usually easier to get it approved if it's not on the historical list?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
it's been done before, historical or close to historical or significant buildings. And unfortunately, some of them have been torn down around there.
But, yeah, almost all of them.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to save anything.
Oh, so these are people who came in and said they were going to keep it?
There's been both. Sometimes you know it has to come down for some reason. Other times it's in such disrepair that we can't keep it up. But then there are also the idea that, you know, somebody can do that. They have the right to say that they're going to do something and then to change their mind and sell it. And then what are you supposed to do once they've taken down the old building? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, in our case, no, we definitely want to take it down. Just so we can, you know, we have other plans for that area. We don't really want a house just like right
more than likely you're going to be able to do it.
Okay. It's just a matter of
way more yes than no.
On John's vote. That's just
got no historical value.
I mean, it's unique looking to me. It's kind of neat. I'd like to go see it in person, really. Just because, you know, I'm intrigued by older houses, but we haven't saved anything yet that we wanted to. So.
I do think, like Jennifer mentioned about it, it's on a private drive. No one even, when people, like I talked to my realtor about it, they were a little surprised it was even there. It's really just kind of tucked back. It's a private drive, and it actually has a sign that says "keep out," I think, or maybe I think so. Yeah. At least that's private drive, but yeah, it's not something that's really seen. But okay, well, I will hunt for that list. I guess I'll start with the Historical Society because I started with the building department and they did not lead me in that direction. So I don't think they have it. So
they do.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay.
Okay, well, yeah, Historical Society, and then the Historical Society should have it. The Twinsburg Public Library should also have someone who would have that list.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. That's essentially why I was here. I was just trying to get a little bit of insight and then get some direction on like where to go next to find out some more information. So that was perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay.
All right. Does anyone have anything else, or am I ready? You ready for me to end this meeting?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Jennifer?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Marge?
Yes.
And David?
Yes.